So we'll start our no intensity exercise like I start most of my yoga classes, with some breathing and connecting the body to the breath. So if you'll join me, we'll sit tall, and you can either sit on a ball, you can sit on a chair, you can sit on your couch, you can sit on a floor, you can sit on a mat, whatever you want to sit on, maybe a blanket or a bolster or a block if you have those props. And let your eyes soften or close completely if that feels safe to you. And we'll just take nice deep breaths in through the nose and let the air out slow on the exhale. Maybe think of a count of 4 to 6, 4 on the inhale, 6 on the exhale, maybe with a pause in between, whatever feels good to you. Just being mindful of the air coming in and going out. And as you continue to breathe, notice if you can soften through your feet, soften through your knees, relax your hips. Maybe you find more length up through the spine as you inhale, allowing the shoulders to just float above the hips. And as you hands, your elbows, and your shoulders. The next inhale, we might find more length up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, relax your forehead, your cheekbones, and your jaw. Take a few more deep breaths here. Slow on the exhale. On the next inhaling breath, begin to bat the eyes open, still sitting up nice and tall. Begin to move through the neck a bit here. So we're going to take the nose up with the inhaling breath. And as you do, feel your heart lift, feel your throat lift, feel the crown of the head being pulled upwards towards the ceiling, maybe just slightly back if it feels safe through the back of the neck. And exhaling as the chin pulls down towards the collarbone. Moving with your own breath at your own pace, in your own practice, we inhale to rise and exhale to lower. One more time in each direction, inhaling to lift up and exhaling to come down. The next time we bring our breath in, we'll take the nose back to center. And we're just going to go side to side, a little tilt over from one shoulder to the other. As you inhale, pull up with your top ear and gently bring the head back to center. On the exhale, floating down to the opposite side, inhaling, lifting up through the side ear, exhaling to center. Or rather, inhaling to lift up all the way up and exhaling all the way to the other side. A couple more times on each side. If it feels better to you, you can just take one hand behind, or maybe both arms behind, inhaling up and exhaling over. And on the next inhale, gently come back to center, come back to normal. We'll take the hands back in front of us, still lift up through the heart, shoulders might drop back, and we exhale chin to chest. This time just rocking your chin from one shoulder to the other. Little neck side stretch here. Or you might feel it somewhere else. Quite possible, as every body is different. And when you do these, if you find a sweet spot that needs another breath, you can feel free to just linger there, maybe drop the shoulder down a bit more and take a nice inhale. And then continue with the breath. The next time the chin is back to center, we'll gently bring the nose up to parallel. And with shoulder rolls, we're going to bring the ears and shoulders up to meet. Exhale forward and down, pulling the shoulders back. Inhale to lift up. Exhale forward and down. Exaggerate this movement as much as you'd like. And reversing directions, coming forward, shoulders up, inhaling breath, exhaling to drop in and down along the spine with your shoulder blades. One more time, breathing into the tension as the shoulders lift and relaxing down. From here, moving into a breathing arm exercise. So this time the arms are stretching out long. Scoop up energetically. And when the palms come together, we'll exhale down the midline into the heart. Inhaling to scoop up. Exhaling back down. Just moving mindfully. Doing as many rounds as feels good to you. And I just want to remind you all who are participating in this video, these are just guidelines. Take your time, listen to your body, do what you need to do. One more time, exhaling, hands down the midline. And we're going to take our legs out a little bit wider to a straddle. So this is good if you're still sitting on a chair or on a ball. If you're seated on your hips on the floor, you can stay in your cross-legged position. This is just for a little bit more balance. So with the big inhaling breath, take one arm up overhead, find more length here, and then exhale, bending into the opposite side. We just tilt over. Got my mic box on. It's impinging something. I'm okay. So focusing on that side stretch, maybe lift up a little bit more through the outside of the rib cage. And you can have your elbow down on your thigh for support. Just be careful with the shoulder. Never sinking into the ear, but maintaining length. On the next inhaling breath, coming back to center and just switching sides. Inhaling, the arm comes up, finding more length, and exhaling over. So we might want to just stay parallel to the mirror, to the TV, to whatever you're looking at in front of you, with your shoulder and hips in a nice straight plane. But if you need a deeper stretch through your chest, and if it feels safe twisting, just tilt your shoulder back. Or if you need a deeper stretch through your hip, the outside edge, you can bring your shoulder forward towards your knee. So whatever feels good to you. Take another deep breath. And gently come back to center. From here, feet can stay a little bit wide. We're moving with the breath, just with the slow roll up and slow roll down. Now we're moving one vertebrae at a time. So just turning here for some visual cues. Your hands can be in the center. And you're going to exhale, bringing your chin to your chest first. So first dropping down from the cervical spine, the neck. Bringing your chin down towards your chest. Let your shoulders come forward. And now we're dropping down from the thoracic spine. Getting into the low back, going as far as feels safe, and inhaling to reverse it, stacking one bone right on top of the other, shoulders come back, neck lifts up, and if it feels good to you, maybe look up towards the sky again, exhaling. So this is one breath all the way down. One inhale takes you all the way up. So just moving as slow as your breath allows you. And just going one more time. And then we'll do our cat-cows. So the hands are on the knees, feet are firmly planted. This time we're going for a little bit more mobility through the hips and through the low back. So we're going to inhale, heart rises, shoulders pull back. Almost think about touching your shoulders back towards your hips, lifting up through the heart space. Elbows pull back. Your elbows can be bent here as you hold onto your knees. And then as you exhale, pull your lower rib cage back. Feeling a little unsteady with the ball here, so I'm going to bring my feet forward and around through your spine. Shoulders come forward now towards your hips, like you're trying to get your shoulders and your hips to touch. Continue moving with your breath. Inhaling, shoulders back, hips back. Exhaling, hips forward, shoulders forward. Heart comes forward, inhaling breath. Heart goes back, exhaling breath. And once you feel like you've had enough, coming back to center, and we'll get ready for an energizing bridge. Now the energizing bridge can be done on the mat, or it can be done with the ball and the mat. I'm going to do it with the ball today, just because I like it that way. I like it like that, I like it like that. Alright, so, good. I might bring this a little closer. Alright, so the Energizer Bridge. Whether you're on your mat alone, or you can even have your shoulders on the couch or your shoulders on the ball, but we want our shoulders connected somewhere. Shoulders and the back of the neck are connected to whatever your foundation is, whatever your support is. So you walk far enough forward so your shoulders are relaxed. And we start this Energizer Bridge with the hips low. Hips can be on the floor. And we do 10 seconds down, 10 seconds up. And it looks like this. And we'll do maybe about 5 repetitions. And my counting is a little off, but the idea is around 10 seconds. So with the inhaling breath, the hips rise, and we continue to breathe normally, keeping your hips high, shoulders relaxing on the ball, and engaging strong through your glutes, strong through your hamstrings, the back of your thighs, strong through your calves, strong through your heels. Toes are still down, and with the exhaling breath, we bring the hips back, hinging from the hips, shoulders stay relaxed, and as you come down, completely relax. Just about 10 seconds as we rest. The inhaling breath, we take the hips back up. Focusing on keeping the glutes engaged. I don't want to see any drops. I want to see it nice and flat, parallel from knees, hips to shoulders. Exhaling breath takes the hips down. And again, completely relaxing here just for a couple more seconds. Breathing normally, and the inhaling breath, next inhale, takes us up. Rising parallel, shoulders stay relaxed. Glutes are strong, core's on strong. Breathing normally. Maybe think about finding more length from the knees up through the crown of the head. And the exhaling breath takes us back down. Resting here for a few seconds. If you feel unsure about how you're doing this exercise or how you're doing in this exercise, feel free to send me a video. And as a service, I offer feedback and adjustments. The next inhaling breath, we take the hips high. This will be our last one on the video, but feel free to continue if this is feeling good to you, or even after your practice with the video, do some more. This is a great one for energizing our roots and grounding ourselves. The next exhale, bringing the hips back down. Relaxing for about 10 seconds, completely letting go. It's a nice way to just build that connection to the body, build that mindfulness and energy. You might feel as your hips are lifted some heat, so when you let go it might feel a little cooling. That's the blood flowing, getting the energy from where it is to where it needs to go. So from here, that's so nice. All right. So from here, moving on to our leg raise energizer. Now, I'll do the best I can with this. Typically, we'd want maybe a part of our pelvis and a part of our abdomen on the ball. You can also do this on the floor with the leg raise. But because I'm pregnant, most of you know this already, I am going to just try to be closer to the pelvis and the legs. I'm still going to be stable. I'm still going to have my hands on the floor for support. So, doing what I can here. This is the first time I'm pregnant, at least this far along in a pregnancy, and still getting used to a lot of stuff. There we go. That feels good to me. All right, so I only want to be far back enough so my toes can lower down a bit, but it doesn't have to go all the way down to the floor. Our heels want to touch, so the toes are pointed out to the side like a mermaid tail. Hands are underneath the shoulders. We're supported here, not sinking into our wrist, but lifting up energetically. And with an inhale, we rise the legs, squeezing through your glutes, pressing out through the heels, and still pointing the toes off to the sides. Just like our Energizer bridge and our Energizer leg raise, we go 10 seconds up, exhaling breath takes us down. I'm just going to roll my ball forward on this rest period. Too far. Okay. Inhaling breath, legs rise. Same thing. We're engaged, we're connected, we're strong during these 10 seconds. And then we're completely relaxed, we completely let go during the next 10 seconds. And just going back for a few rounds. Like I said in the last exercise, you can feel free to continue, maybe pause the video and continue as many repetitions as you'd like. You really can't do too much. So spend as much time as you have available. Inhaling breath, legs rise. This is another one for our roots. Energizing the lower body. Energizing our feeling of groundedness, connectedness to our surroundings, stability and security as well. And I've mentioned it in the email. I'll mention it in the email. I have it already, but I don't know. When you see this, it will look like it. But a nice way to get grounded is just to start your day off. So with some energizing exercises like this, and also placing a grounding essential oil blend at the soles of your feet. Inhaling, legs rise. My favorite is doTERRA's Balance. It smells so good. And the next time the legs drop, let them relax. That's that exhaling breath. And we'll close our short, no intensity practice today. If you don't have a ball, you can rest in a child's pose. But if you have your ball, just sink your hips back to your heels, knees can be wide, and take a few moments to just relax your head down on the ball.